Good news to share tonight. After exposure to the extreme temperatures, rescued and rehabilitated corals are now going back home to the ocean.
10 Tampa Bay's Adoria Chumba tonight with a look at the process.
All summer long, researchers worked on recovering thousands of corals from the waters of the Florida Keys, bleached by the dangerous heat.
Definitely alarming how early and fast those water temperatures rose over the summer back in really May, June, and July. Many of those corals were coming in stressed and dying.
The team spent weeks bringing in corals from 4 offshore nurseries onto land-based locations, including at Mote Aquaculture Research Park in Sarasota. Now, months later,
we're thrilled to report that many of them recovered and are ready to go back into the water. We've iteratively moved a set of test corals out into the offshore nurseries and then watched them for a week or two.
Over the past 4 weeks, scientists have been reintroducing the now healthy corals into much cooler ocean waters, under 88 degrees Fahrenheit, and observing them in the somewhat different environment for any changes.
There were different responses with different genotypes, so we do see some trait-based resilience in our coral populations, both on the reef and in the nurseries. We're sneaking up on 7,000 colonies that have been put back offshore.
Mote is working with regulatory agencies like Florida Fish and Wildlife and NOAA, which have a clear criteria on how to reestablish their nurseries, including a 30-day window for a certification by a veterinarian.
Florida's coral reef is our first line of defense and the most effective line of defense against things like storm surge and hurricanes doing damage to the shorelines and our coastal infrastructure. Losing that critical, absolutely invaluable natural resource would be devastating to the local and regional economy.
In Sarasota, Adoria Chumba, 10 Tampa Bay.
The scientists say the corals show signs of resiliency, and they are now working on increasing their genetic diversity to help them stay resistant to bleaching.